So guys, this is the third test that we'll be performing today. So just a few things just to keep in mind when going through this test. Once again, make sure that your client is in perfect health, or just at least in fit enough health to be able to do this. So do a screening test, make sure that the client is capable of doing before pushing him or her to do something that they are incapable of doing. Just a few other things to keep in mind. It's such an easy test to set up as well. That's the nice thing about these tests that I've also given you guys today, or will be giving you guys, is just because it's cost effective. It doesn't cost you much to be able to set it up. It's minimal equipment as well. As you can see, you can even use a string, a skipping rope, a marker, another cone maybe. As you can see, just a line or point of reference from where to start. And then I've just taken something like this. You can always keep a measuring tape along the side. This is not all part of your equipment. But I do find it's a bit, if you have someone measuring it for you, that's perfect, because then you can just stand still, and the first point of contact, which will obviously be your heels, will be from, you'll measure it from this line to the point of contact, and that will be the distance you've jumped. Reason why I've got this stick is so that once I've jumped, I can just peg it at the end of my heel, and that will obviously just indicate where I've jumped to, so I can just get a lot more accurate reading. As well, this is just to test awesome explosive leg power. So this is wonderful as well for rugby players, also awesome for forwards that work with their legs a lot. I do know that like a whole rugby team or a whole soccer team needs explosive leg power. I mean, hockey is also an awesome example of it as well. I mean, you have to dribble that ball so quickly, explosive leg power, changing positions. That's wonderful key things to keep in mind when also performing a test like this. Your average readings for male and female, so distance wise, you'll obviously measure in centimeters. So your males will be like an average score will be 2.2 meters, and for female will be 1.7 to 1.8 on average. That's the distance that a female would cover, or obviously 2.2, which would be the male. As I've said in my previous test as well, I wouldn't score myself on average. I would always score myself on my previous test, because that's actually how you physically see if you've improved or bettered your previous result. So yeah, without any further ado, let me do this test for you guys. So as in my other two tests, I'll obviously take off my sandals. Obviously just unsafe to do so. I've also just decided to do it on a nice open field. You could do it on a tarmac. Just please be sure to wear a protective gear on your feet, for instance shoes, and then obviously just to make sure you don't fall forward or anything and hurt yourself. So what you'll do is you'll start over here. You'll do 3 attempts, and the best one is the recorded result. So right, I'm going to go for my first one. Right. Okay, so that's my first jump. Always make sure your starting point is nice and linear. Right, that's my second jump. As you can see, what's awesome, guys, is you end up improving your score mostly each time, due to the fact that your muscles do get used to what you're supposed to do. So that's why it's a good thing to do a score out of 3, just to take the best one, because your first or last attempt you could have external factors influencing the result. Right, this is my third and final jump. Nice and behind the line. Right. So that is my best score over there, that one over there, and that's my last score. And what I'll do is I'll just measure it